Debt. It's a four-letter word that can feel like a weight around your neck. It's a controversial topic that everyone seems to have an opinion on, but few people really understand. Some say debt is a tool, others say it's a trap. So, what's the truth? Here's a strong belief that might surprise you. Debt is not inherently bad. That's right, debt can actually be a useful tool when used responsibly. But here's the problem, too many people use debt excessively, especially when it comes to credit cards. And that's where the cycle of debt begins. It starts innocently enough. You charge a few purchases on your credit card, telling yourself you'll pay it off next month. But then something unexpected comes up, and you can't pay the full balance. So, you pay the minimum and promise yourself you'll do better next month. But the cycle repeats, and before you know it, you're drowning in high-interest credit card debt. But here's the good news, there is a solution. And it's simpler than you might think. By understanding how credit works and developing healthy financial habits, you can break the cycle of debt and take control of your financial future. And the best part? You can start seeing results quickly. So, if you're ready to say goodbye to debt and hello to financial freedom, keep watching. In this video, we'll dive deep into the world of debt and credit, and I'll share some practical tips and strategies you can use to get out of debt and stay out for good. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Paying yourself last is a terrible financial habit that many folks practice without realizing just how much it's hurting their personal finances. This bad habit, explained in Robert Kiyosaki's book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, involves paying all your expenses before setting aside money for yourself. It's like working hard all month long but neglecting your own financial well-being. Unfortunately, a lot of us fall into this trap and end up living paycheck to paycheck. The good news is, there's a simple solution to this problem. Pay yourself first. This means setting aside at least 10% of your income as soon as you receive it, before paying any other bills. Think of it as an investment in your financial future. By prioritizing your savings and investments, you're building a solid foundation for long-term prosperity. And don't worry, there'll still be enough money left over to cover your essential expenses. Implementing this habit might seem challenging at first, especially if you're used to living on the edge. But with a little discipline and planning, you can make it a normal part of your financial routine. Start small if you need to, setting aside just 5% of your income. As you adjust, gradually increase that percentage. Soon enough, you'll see your net worth grow and feel the power of taking control of your finances. As the Bible says in Proverbs 13:11, dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. Remember, you work hard for your money, make sure some of it is working for you too. Excessive use of credit, even for small purchases, can be a real problem. It's a bad habit that can quickly spiral out of control, leaving you trapped in a cycle of debt. Credit card interest rates are no joke, they can be sky high, and if you can't pay off your balance in full each month, any benefits you might have gotten from using the card in the first place will be wiped out. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, oh, it's just a small purchase, I'll put it on my credit card. But those small purchases add up fast, and before you know it, you're carrying a balance from month to month, and that's when the interest charges start piling up. It's like you're paying extra for everything you bought, long after you've already enjoyed it. The Bible warns us about the dangers of debt in Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. When you're in debt, it's like you're working for your creditors instead of for yourself. So, if you want to take control of your financial life, it's crucial to avoid bad debt whenever possible. If you do need to use credit, make sure you have a plan to pay it off quickly. And always pay more than the minimum payment, otherwise, you'll be in debt for years to come. It's amazing how many people don't have a clear picture of their financial situation. They might have a general idea of how much they earn and spend, but they don't know the exact numbers. And that's a problem because, as the saying goes, what gets measured, gets managed. If you don't know where your money is going, it's tough to make smart financial decisions. One of the biggest culprits behind this lack of financial awareness is lifestyle creep. That's when your spending habits gradually increase along with your income. It's a sneaky thing, you might not even notice it's happening. But over time, those little extra expenses add up, and before you know it, you're living paycheck to paycheck, even though you're earning more than you used to. The solution is to get intimate with your numbers. Track your income and expenses religiously. There are plenty of apps and tools out there that can help you do this easily. Once you have a clear picture of your cash flow, you can start making informed decisions about where to cut back and where to invest. As Luke 14:28 says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? The same principle applies to your personal finances. Know your numbers, and you'll be well on your way to financial success. We all need hobbies. They're a great way to relax, have fun, and pursue our passions. But when your hobbies start eating up a big chunk of your income, it can put a serious strain on your finances. It's one thing to splurge on a hobby every once in a while, but if you're consistently spending more than you can afford, it's time to reevaluate. The key is to find a balance between enjoying your hobbies and being financially responsible. That might mean setting a budget for your hobby expenses and sticking to it, or finding ways to enjoy your hobbies that don't cost as much money. For example, if you love golf but can't afford to hit the course every weekend, you could invest in a good home putting green instead. It's also important to remember that your income needs to grow along with your lifestyle. If you want to maintain expensive hobbies over the long term, you need to find ways to increase your earnings. That might mean picking up a side hustle, investing in your education and skills, or looking for ways to get promoted at work. If you're blessed with the means to enjoy your hobbies, that's wonderful. Just make sure you're being a good steward of those blessings. Nobody likes paying taxes, but they're a necessary part of life. That being said, there's no reason to pay more than your fair share. Unfortunately, a lot of people do just that because they don't understand the tax code and don't take advantage of all the deductions and credits available to them. But here's the good news, you don't necessarily need a fancy accountant or tax professional to get your taxes in order. With a little bit of research and the right tools, you can totally tackle your taxes on your own. There are tons of resources out there, like online tax calculators, software programs, and even good old-fashioned spreadsheets, that can help you navigate the world of taxes and make sure you're not leaving any money on the table. For example, you can use a spreadsheet to track your income and expenses throughout the year, which will make it way easier to identify potential deductions come tax time. You can also use online tools to help you determine which credits and deductions you might be eligible for, based on your specific situation. And if you do get stuck, there are plenty of online communities and forums where you can ask questions and get advice from other folks who have been in your shoes. And to help you with this goal, I've put together some special materials, such as spreadsheets to organize your personal financial life and an ebook for you to start applying these principles right away. The link is in the video description and in the first pinned comment. As Romans 13:7 says, give to everyone what you owe them. If you owe taxes, pay taxes. If revenue, then revenue. If respect, then respect. If honor, then honor. Pay what you owe, but don't pay more than you have to. With a little bit of effort and the right resources, you can totally take control of your taxes and keep more of your hard-earned cash in your pocket. When it comes to building wealth, time is your best friend. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow and compound. But a lot of people put off investing because they think they don't have enough money to get started, or they're intimidated by the whole process. The truth is, you don't need a ton of cash to start investing. Thanks to the magic of compound interest, even small amounts can add up to big returns over time. Let's say you start investing just $50 a month at age 25. If you earn an average annual return of 7%, by the time you're 65, that $50 a month will have grown to over $180,000. That's the power of starting early and letting your money work for you. Of course, investing does come with some risk. That's why it's important to diversify your investments. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as the saying goes. Spread your money across different types of investments, like stocks, bonds, and real estate, to minimize your risk and maximize your potential returns. And remember, investing is a long-term game. Don't get too caught up in the day-to-day ups and downs of the market. As Ecclesiastes 11:2 advises, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. By diversifying and staying the course, you'll be well positioned to weather any storms that come your way. What do you think of the habits we've seen so far? Do you already practice any of them? Do you have any specific difficulties? Leave a comment below and also like the video if you're enjoying it. From the dangers of paying yourself last to the importance of starting to invest early, we've explored some of the most common financial habits that can hold you back from achieving your goals. But here's the thing, knowledge is only power if you act on it. So, I want to challenge you to take a hard look at your own financial habits. Which of these bad habits do you recognize in yourself? What steps can you take today to start breaking those habits and replacing them with healthier ones? Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires commitment, discipline, and patience. But the rewards are so worth it. Imagine how it will feel to be debt-free, to have a healthy savings account, and to know that you're on track to achieve your long-term financial goals. So, here's my question for you. What's one thing you can do today to start improving your financial habits? Maybe it's setting up an automatic savings plan, or calling your credit card company to negotiate a lower interest rate. Whatever it is, take that first step today. And if you found this video helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. We're committed to providing you with the tools and resources you need to take control of your financial life, and we've got a lot more great content in store for you. So, thank you for watching, and remember, your financial future is in your hands. You have the power to make positive changes and create the life you want. Let's do this together.